Welcome to Adults Only Comedy Berlin. Second episode today. We have Kate Cheka.
Hi.
So, we are again, as always, going to be focusing on sex. I didn't introduce the guest that we had last episode, pretty much at all. So, Kate, did you want to introduce yourself in any way?
Sure. It's me, Kate, your girl, Kate. It's me, your pal, who does comedy in Berlin. That's the vibe.
Woo! That's how we know each other.
Yeah. I think I started like 6 months after you started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we do a show together now.
Hairy bitches.
Hairy bitches.
Which I have actually yet to do with you.
Yeah, actually.
So we now have our own show together, which we've yet to actually do.
We
It's
had
an
like
imaginary-
a meeting. We've had several meetings. We've got our faces on the posters together. We're
Yeah.
standing next to each other in the poster.
We are.
And the third person in the Hairy Bitches collective is
Moni.
Moni Jang, and she'll be on this podcast very soon. And obviously, it's a podcast. It's a show. Hairy Bitches is about smashing shame. Smashing shame. And hairy because why is it called hairy?
Because I don't shave.
Because we don't shave. Well, I don't know. Has Moni stopped? Removing
I have no
her?
idea. I didn't. It's not something I felt.
No, and we don't
I've
need to know.
addressed.
And also,
maybe we do need to know.
Maybe we do. Maybe I don't know.
We can ask her
We could.
next time we see her. Are you shaving?
Are you shaving? We're gonna be disappointed, and maybe you're gonna be kicked out of the collective.
Yeah. If you're
No.
shaving, then you're out.
No, it's not like vegan shame, or it's not like hairy
On Wednesdays,
bitches.
we do not wax.
On what was it?
On Wednesdays, we do not wax.
On Wednesdays we don't wax. On Thursdays,
No, that was a reference to
don't-
Mean Girls.
Oh,
On Wednesdays, we wear pink, you know?
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, good job.
Thanks.
Good reference. Oh.
I like to bring up Lindsay Lohan as often as allows.
Is butter a carb?
Is butter
That's like the only quote I know. Where are we going with this? Okay, so I had a few points. We're talking about body hair already, which is cool.
We can go in on the body hair.
Yeah, because in the last episode with Dragos, I very briefly mentioned that I'd stopped removing my body hair, and then we managed to maybe jump back on ass eating or like lesbians. I don't know. It just didn't. I wasn't really able to depth that point. So I don't judge people who do remove their body hair. Like if Moni's not removing her body hair, that's totally cool. But yeah, I want people to feel comfortable and love their bodies.
I have an issue. I am judging people that remove their body hair. I don't mind. Like, you can fundamentally do what you want, but I do fundamentally think we are moving towards a culture where we are asking women to look like pubescent girls, and I find that problematic. And I've been shamed so many times by men for my muff shamed.
You've been okay. So this is
many times.
So the episode when it came up last week, it was I talked about how I haven't had sex for since the 27th of July. I know, just because it was I know the date, and it's not because it's important to me, but I just wanted to figure it out. And it's sort of coincided. It's loosely coincided with me stopping hair removal, and it's actually not connected at all. But there is something. So I talked about how I've lost interest in having sex with people that I don't want to spend time with without sex.
I hear you.
Yeah, I don't like. I don't want to waste my time on interacting with someone who isn't really someone that I get a lot of energy from, or who I'm excited to be around, just so that I can have sex with them. The sex isn't important enough. I prefer to have a bath by myself in that time instead, or save that energy.
I banged a lot of people in my 20s who were very boring.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And I realize I don't have the ability anymore if I find you uninteresting or not fun to be around, then you need to get out of my bed.
Right. It's like I've had a few, we have opportunities to spend time with people, and recently, the equation in my head is just, then I'm gonna have to, like, if they're over at my house, we're gonna have to talk. There's gonna be this level of foreplay. Once we have sex, I can't just tell them to leave. Like, I'm not gonna want to do that. I'm not rude, but at the same time, then, like, what if they hang back at my place? Then, oh no, do I go to their place?
Yeah.
But then I have to, like, be in their squalor or just space.
I like going to other people's places. But
I do, but then you
got
got to, and then getting home it's all fine, I guess. It's just like, it's then calculating the effort I've got to put in, and I could and I see on the other side of, like, that calculation, I stay at my house and I do whatever I want, and maybe I work on my projects, and then I go to bed and I wake up and everything's just wonderful, and I can, so it's this equation, and recently just no one has
come close.
Yeah, come close to winning that equation on the effort side.
I want to ask you now about the guy that you mentioned you might be seeing a bit, but I can't ask you now.
Oh, I'm not seeing anyone. There is no one. There is really no one. No.
But there was a potential for a bit.
Oh, there was a potential for a bit.
Oh no, I'm making you cry.
No, you're not making me cry. My eyes are so dry. They're as dry as my vagina.
Dry as my vagina.
No, it's not dry at all.
I like to use men's tears as lube.
That's right. I had someone who I was actually excited about. That's what it was. Like, someone who...
Have you tried breaking into his house? Because that's what I would do, and it worked.
Speciality.
I broke into someone's house. It worked. They text me back.
I'm curious to see how it goes tomorrow with this person.
I don't know why he wasn't more questioning of the fact that I showed up at his door at midnight with my friend incredibly drunk. But
yeah, I'm not sure if, like, that's a red flag. But does it matter? Like, are you wanting a relationship with this guy?
I am so bored right now because we don't have comedy.
I was saying to a friend recently, I'm like, she went on a date with a girl and no chemistry.
Yeah.
This girl was German, so it can be hard to read, but...
maybe there's chemistry, but it's...
Yeah, like
they're very, like, inert gas or whatever. Like, they don't really react
and
much.
Abrupt partings, just like, okay, this is my street, bye. And then, like, this girl texts my friend back being like, that was great. When are we going to see each other again? And I was like... Look, if you didn't feel good in that dynamic, this bitch might just be filling her lockdown calendar with distractions. So, only step into it if you're really gonna feel good about yourself in the space. And so with this guy that whose house you broke into drunk, because you thought you could see him giving a blowjob from the window on the street, all like. It's a great picture you've painted. I love it.
Yeah. I went to his house in the night. I made my friend stand on a table across the street from him and look in the window. We thought he looked like he was giving a blowjob to someone else. For a while, we were outside the house running around. I don't know quite exactly what we're doing. At some point, we end up in his hallway.
It was just alcohol?
Yeah.
Because this reminds me of a story of mine, but mushrooms involved.
We'd also gone to visit a bar in Berlin. Obviously there's no bars open, but we know someone who works there, and then we waved at them through the window and they came out and they gave us shots.
Aww,
which I really appreciate. Like, I really love that for me and my friend, because it's just like, wow, we can get shots from bars even when there's
in lockdown.
But I should probably not say this. Am I admitting to, like, no, because I didn't buy the shots.
No, don't
it's
worry.
just some friends giving you some shots on the street.
Yeah, regardless of the business no, you're safe.
Yeah, I'm not going to say which bar it was, so I think it's fine.
But this is basically an admission that you don't have a deep vested interest in this person, and that they're just sort of ticking enough boxes at the moment for a lockdown. I don't know.
I haven't hung out with him enough to know that. I like banging him.
That's nice.
I'm supposed to, like, I told myself I wouldn't talk about people I was currently dating in comedy terms, because it's
why?
Because
Really, why? Like, that's
Just
how...
because it really messes with like my own ability to then judge how I feel about them. Because I start making jokes about them, and then it's like they're not a real person. They become like clown fodder.
Oh. Yeah, look, I usually only make jokes about them. Well, it depends. Like, yeah, like if you're talking about, a guy whose butthole you didn't finger, and who was then bleeding after sex from the butthole. Like,
Yeah.
there's a reason that joke of yours is being used by you, because that's a story. You're no longer connected emotionally to that, and it's and so that's a processing, and it's hilarious. But like, what joke are you talking about this guy right now? There's nothing that's happened that he's done that reduces him to clown fodder, right?
No, but I was going to tell you a story
About his penis.
No, not about his penis. It was actually a story. It was a badly timed joke I made while I was with him.
Oh, yeah, that sounds good. This is on you,
and he didn't enjoy it, but I thought it was hilarious.
Oh, tell me.
So I was hooking up. I was on my period.
I knew it was going to go there.
I'm always on my period.
You're always. It's
I'm
like you never
obsessed with
stop
period
bleeding.
sex, yeah.
I'm on my period. Just, yeah, it's very exciting.
I was on my period, and he wouldn't go down on me, which is fair enough. I'm okay with that. And I said, because the man in question is French, I thought the French liked their meat rare. And he was horribly great. He was like, "Oh, what's wrong with you?"
Oh, no.
And I was like, he was like, "No, seriously." He did laugh a bit though. And I was like, "Come on, it's a funny joke."
It sounds a bit like a little bit not progressive enough for you. Like, if you're eating pussy when someone's menstruating, there's no need for you to get any blood. Like, you're just touching the clitoris.
No, I was having big jumbo period.
Oh, baby.
Like, I'd have stains all over that fucking mattress.
The jumbo sounded like you were about to use the word chunky.
Not chunky. It wasn't chunky. It was just big. Like, sometimes you have big periods. Do you know what I mean? Like,
jumbo,
it's
like
a
family
lot of
pizza
blood.
size. Jumbo.
Jumbo period, yeah. I was leaving bloodstains all over the town.
Oh,
I have a habit of doing that.
So there was not, that's fine. Like, that's
It's like a calling card. It was here.
Yeah, it's your little, exactly. You're just branding where you.
And I think it would be a
pussy
really
stamp.
good
Vagina
feminist
stamp.
movement. So I don't know what we're mad about now, but like, whatever. This makes it sound like I'm not a feminist. I am. But like, whatever we're mad about, like, we want equal pay. We want free menstrual products, blah, blah, blah. We could all just start free bleeding. Public transport we could ruin all public chairs.
Totally.
Isn't this such a good idea?
Cinemas,
yeah.
Like change rooms, stool, like little cushions and stuff. Planes.
Oh
my God. Long haul flights. Oh, well. Free bleed all over.
We could fuck up so much shit until we get what we want. And I just think we need to start doing that. People that menstruate, get together.
It seems more like I don't know how, like, it would feel like it's public property, damaging. But I suppose if it's fighting for free menstrual products, for example, that makes sense. That should be free, right? Of course, it should be free.
Yeah, of course it should.
We should be these period underwear, period pants, been saving up for.
You've been saving up for the period pants.
Yeah, I'm just not prioritizing them, really. Like, I bought podcast microphones instead.
But you have a moon cup.
Yeah, but as I mentioned earlier, today's the second period that I've been using it for.
But I think you haven't put it in right because you can't find your cervix. This is what I'm coming to.
This is why the cervix chat came up. Okay, I think it's in, like, it's in, right? It's all like suctiony.
It has to cover the cervix.
It has to go all the way up there.
Yeah, it has to be like over the cervix, I reckon.
I don't think it's supposed to go that far in. I think it's supposed to be just. So I think the menstrual cup is supposed to be pretty much like at the start of your vaginal canal. And so you're still going to be able to touch the little hooky thing at the bottom of it to pull it out.
To be honest, I only ever used one once and I did not go well. So
okay, so you're giving me...
But I think you need to know where your cervix is. And I'm going to tell you for why.
Tell me for why.
Because you can have cervical orgasms.
Okay, that's interesting. Yes, that is interesting. Was it okay? So we recorded we recorded this episode for maybe it was like 10 minutes.
Maybe 10 minutes.
Did we talk about the different orgasms in that episode or this one?
We just started talking about the different orgasms.
Okay, all right. So the different orgasms that I know, we've got clitoral, we've got vaginal. The vaginal one is there's the G spot within the JJ canal, and then there's the anal.
Right, which I have no experience.
You don't know about, and then and now you're telling me there's a cervical. In Australia, they say cervical. My mum says cervical.
Your mum says that's wrong. It's cervical.
She says she thinks it's cervical.
It's not cervical.
Sounds way more Scandinavian, doesn't it?
Cervical?
Cervical. We need to get the cervical. No. I'm the cervical. Tell us about the cervical orgasm, please.
I don't have them, but most women have these numb, painful cervixes because I'm in some Facebook group with some like Australian lady who's like into giving women cervical orgasms, but it's like people have numb,
Trust
painful.
Aussies.
Yeah, it's such an Australian thing.
Go deep.
Is that something people would say in Australia?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
You haven't been to Australia, have you?
No, it's really far away.
It's so far.
And I'm not entirely sure I care for
It's not worth it. Don't worry.
Yeah.
You meet enough of them over here.
Yeah.
So have you touched your cervix?
Yeah, I know where mine is. Yeah.
How does it feel when you touch it?
It's to the right.
It's to the right.
Mine's to the right, and it's like I can find it, but it's very much to the right. It feels like everyone says it feels like the end of your nose, like that kind of cartilage. But I actually don't think it feels like that. It's like round, like donut shaped with it, and you can kind of feel the bump of the hole in the middle. But it's not open; it's really closed, and it's like round. And like a kind of, and you can sort of feel the bump. And I used to be able to identify mine quite well because I had a coil, and so I could feel the string coming out.
Oh, okay. How much of your hand did you need to go in?
It wasn't very far. I can like reach it with my middle finger.
Oh, okay. I need to have a play. Like I go in there.
But in
I've been going in there more regularly.
I go in there. I can go in there.
I can go in there.
Yeah, you can. You're allowed into your vagina. They don't tell you that.
No. Like I have been. Okay, so masturbating. I never did a lot of penetrative stuff.
No, me neither.
Never did it much. I was just like when the boys would finger me, I was like, yeah, okay, do that, but that's not really the point. Like, just touch my clitoris.
Yeah.
But since I have stopped having sex, I'm open to having sex, guys. Just since I've stopped having sex recently, I really
also wants to peg a bunch of Italians.
a bunch of Italians,
a bushel of Italians.
Bushel, the F word. Was that on this one?
No, that was before. You were like really not aware of like.
No, well, when Kate, when you said a bushel of Italians, I then counted that with a faggot of Italians because faggot in the dictionary definition is a bundle of sticks. So it could be a bundle of, Italian.
And I said that
sticks.
faggot was a kind of pie in the UK that you can get from the fish and chip shop.
What kind of pie is that?
I don't know. I think it's like a deep fried pie. I've never ordered
it's a
one.
deep fried pie. And then I mentioned how faggot was the tattoo on the breast of one of my friend's ex-girlfriends in Australia because that was the first word she wanted her child to see as she breastfed.
Yeah. Cool.
F words. So, pegging Italians and...
You are open to having sex. Email.
Me open to having sex and me wanting penetration. So, So, since I stopped having sex, I've been, enjoying vaginal canal stimulation. And, but that's it. I haven't been finding my cervix in the process.
Yeah, start finding it. Also, it moves. So, when you're on your period, it's really lower down in your vagina.
It moves.
And then when you're, in ovulating, it's higher up. It moves during the month. It can also move to, to your response. It can move up and down.
It moves.
Yeah, floats.
It floats. But not in one moment. It's sort of like a trans...
In a moment, no. When you get aroused, it, rises up and out the way. So it doesn't get attacked by
the penis?
objects coming in.
Well, objects.
Yeah.
Wow.
Objects in rear view may appear.
I need to do more cervical cervical.
My friend added me to. I mean, I knew that women could
research.
have you ruined it for me.
No, my mum is ruining
saying
it.
it wrong. I knew women could have cervical orgasms because I remember once finding like one of those like sexual enlightenment books in my friend's parents' house.
Classic.
At a house party, and I was drunk and I was sitting on the stairs reading it.
Classic.
But then another friend of mine who is trained to be a sexological body worker was like, join this self-cervix, this, I don't know why I'm plugging this company that's like.
Self-cervix fix?
Self-cervix.
Oh, self-cervix. Okay.
Like self-service checkout.
Uh-huh.
Self-cervix.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, get in touch with your cervix, have cervical orgasms.
Okay.
And quite frankly, I still do not feel like paying the large sums of money that you have to do for these online courses. But some of it's been helpful.
Okay. So you haven't had a cervical orgasm yet?
No, but I've never had I don't think I've had a vajija.
A vajija orgasm?
Not, maybe when I had a vibrator when I was 17.
Oh. Okay, so you've just had clitoral orgasms then?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. When you have sex with people, do you go straight in to help yourself, or do you let them? Because if you're only having cervical clitoral orgasms, do you like?
A lot of the time, neither.
Neither?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I don't orgasm very much with other people.
With other people.
Oh, no,
no.
don't make me that look like it's really sad.
It's not sad. It's not sad. And a lot of people.
I go home and I have a shower. No.
And I think a lot of women, like I love the wink and the
How
tongue
does
out.
it work as a podcast? Does it wink tongue out?
But then I feel it's fine. I go home and have a cold shower. That sounds so much more sad.
No, like as in I would pleasure myself in the shower. You fool.
A cold shower sounds like you're sitting on the shower floor. I'm just okay. No, you pleasure yourself in the shower after
I did
sex.
for a while. I don't really do that anymore.
It's
Either.
like
I'm real lazy about having orgasms, I have to say.
I've become I've always been pretty like focused on being able to, but I think I've become more experimental by myself in the last 3 months.
Do you orgasm through your vajayjay?
Yes.
Yes. How do you do it?
There's a spot. There's a spot. It's like maybe it's my cervix.
It might be your cervix after all this time.
Maybe it's my cervix.
No, because we already discussed that you think it
No,
hurts.
I think my cervix, like when I've had, big guys in there.
Bigguys.com.
Bigguys.com. Big guys do come. Sometimes in there, and then sometimes it'll hit a certain spot, and often it will be like if it's like doggy style, and it's like it goes straight into this. They hit this spot, and you're just like,
yeah,
like oh no, like we need to change the angle, or that's like everything's just recoiling now talking about that.
Where's your spot though for the orgasms?
So the vaginal orgasm spot.
Yeah.
It's like so usually at the moment I'm lying down. Not that often have I had them with a partner. Not that often. Usually I will be making sure that I get the clitoral orgasm. So I am facilitating that. I like how I'm going to talk in very scientific terms now.
I like facilitate it like you're running some kind of conference.
That's right. I facilitate the clitoral orgasm.
Okay, that's your job.
Yeah. Not always though, like sometimes, but yeah, it's my job. Yeah. Sometimes like the boys will get it with their mouths.
Right, that's what usually works for me.
Yeah. And sometimes I've had boys get it with the hands and the mouths.
Yeah.
Together. I'm a big fan of that. But often what the case is, it's been a while since I've been in a long-term relationship. Usually in long relationships, they get it and they figure it all out.
Yeah.
But I've been like properly single. Like I've had boyfriends in the last year and a half, but no long-term ones. So my last long-term relationship was a year and a half ago. And with him, he could like he wouldn't be able to do so much the clitoral orgasm during sex because they're kind of focused on like, I don't know, balance and their penis, right? But balance. Just or just like there are certain positions they can't really manage. They can't also facilitate the clitoral orgasm. So they're more their domain is going to be more vaginal or anal.
I don't know about this anal orgasm. I had a friend that couldn't come unless she was being done up the bum.
Yeah. I'm not there. Like I have the other two as well, but anal stimulation, anal orgasms are very quick, really. Like they're very efficient.
They're very efficient.
Yeah, like if you want quick sex, have anal.
What, and you'll come really quickly?
Yeah. And it works for both parties usually because it's like typically the I didn't want to go back into anal. I feel like I talked about anal last time with Dragos quite a bit, but yeah, anal orgasms are quite efficient.
Maybe this is going to be so annoying if I spent my whole life and the only way I can orgasm is if someone shoves something up my bum, and I just refuse to let people put stuff up my bum.
Well, that's fine if you've got your reasons. You don't have to let people. If you don't want it, you don't want it, right? But you need to figure out the cervical one then.
Yeah, exactly.
And you need to figure out the vaginal one if that's different to the cervical.
Yeah.
We need to research that.
What?
If vaginal is different to cervical.
It is different. I'm telling you now. I'm your research.
But you can't. Can you tell me how? Like,
I can only tell you what these women from these cervix owners from this group know, which is that it just feels like amazing, like you're one with the universe, blah blah blah.
Oh, I hate them.
Like, yeah, you hate them for sure. You're gonna hate them.
I hate them. I look, orgasms are great, but like feeling at one with the universe, like you feel at one with yourself. Like you. When was the last time you orgasmed? I'm talking hours or.
A long while ago. When was the last time I orgasmed?
Dude, you're unemployed in lockdown. Like,
I know.
What's stopping you here?
I am. So basically, I'm on my own like weird like sexual journey to de-armor. Do you know about vagina de-armoring?
You're gonna tell me?
Yeah. So it's basically this comes from the cervix thing, and it's like you can Google this stuff. It's like so a lot of women can't come through their vagina. Mm-hmm. This is what we were just talking about. Mm-hmm. But there's like a theory that your vagina holds a lot of tension. Yeah. Because it's a muscle like any other, the same way other muscles will hold tension, so it goes kind of numb, or there's points of pain. Mm-hmm. And you can de-armor your vagina with like a glass wand or a crystal dildo, as I have recently purchased in first lockdown when I got drunk.
Didn't you?
I got drunk and ordered 2 because I didn't want to pay shipping.
Fucking legend.
So I was like, I'll pay definitely $100 more for another one. Then fuck you, DHL, trying to charge me $30 to ship this from the States.
So it's only €70 then, or?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Good job.
I had to also add like 2 crystals to my order to like get it above 250. Anyway, whatever, it doesn't matter. Point is, so you need to then get yourself aroused, and then you use this like object to kind of push into the pain or like numb spots in your vagina to release the tension there. Mm-hmm. So I'm spending a lot of time when I traditionally would be maybe masturbating, doing this instead, like poking myself with a hard thing to release tension. And then I'm trying to like take orgasm off the table because I feel like, yes, clitoral orgasms are nice, but I feel like I want more. And I want deeper, other things. I just think there's more to experience sexually than I am currently getting.
So instead of, so when you're poking yourself with the crystal, that poking is in the, with the goal of expanding your like what you're feeling, like
the goal of making my vagina more sensitive,
yeah. So you're trying to expand the sensory experience to not just be in the single direction of an orgasm, but more a broader thing. Okay.
I'm in a lot of these like weird, I end up like down these weird rabbit holes of like online sex communities where people are like a bit like those annoying, but I kind of hate all the people in them because it's also really not my vibe, because it's always like these like annoying white women.
It's always white women
with like a boyfriend who's got like dreadlocks and a sun tattoo on his chest, and they're like, we're just, and there's like their Instagrams like them doing different like bonded yoga poses, being like, we're just so at one. I'm like, go fuck yourself, I wish you were dead.
But I'm with you. And then you read these things. Okay. So I guess for me, what I'm thinking about here, I think there's, with my masturbation journey, I think, like, for example, I mentioned how I've been watching more lesbian-driven porn or female point of view porn.
Yeah.
Because I just don't. Whenever there's a penis in the script, like on set in scene, then it's the penis that's driving. It's motivating all of the action, really.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, I'm eating you out because I'm going to be in there inside you soon, or
right.
I'm eating your ass to prepare it for my penis, or I'm penetrating you with my penis for my penis's cum to spill onto your face.
I can't handle how many times you just penis then.
Penis. That's what porn is. It's like, that's what
porn is very penis.
That's what normal porn is, and so that's why I've been really enjoying this femme-focused porn, because there can be penetration with toys. But the great thing is when they're eating each other, and I was talking about how lesbian ass eating is really hot, and it's way more, like, I find it way sexier than regular porn ass eating.
Yeah.
Because there's no penis stimulation in the future that's motivating that ass eating. It's ass eating for the ass's sake. It's anal for the anus's sake.
Yes.
And so it's way more attractive. And so I've been trying to, in my masturbation, to remove the penis from my fantasies. So I try not to watch porn all the time. If I'm really like, I just want to rub one out and I don't have that much time.
Right, exactly. It's the speed thing. It just gets you there real fast.
So fast. It's like, whoa. Is that like cosplay M3 girls with, different colored vibrators? And yeah. I've got to show you this clip later. But I've been trying to expand my my mental, my mental fantasies when I'm not using porn, what I'm playing out in my head, and usually it ends up being like there'll be a dude in my fantasy for sure. But what I'm trying to do is focus on how I fantasize and focusing on what I'm feeling in that moment and what's happening to my body, as opposed to, because porn is all through the male gaze.
Yeah. I know exactly
what they're doing.
I think I accidentally conditioned myself to like orgasm in porn when he ejaculates, and that's fucking useless for me.
It's so useless.
It's
like, why am I watching till the end? Like, she's already been pretending to come for like 10 minutes.
She's been pretending to come for bloody ages. And
who cares about his jizz on her face?
Yeah,
I don't mind a good cum shot for sure. Like, that's nice, but it's like I've been conditioned to enjoy that.
But this is the thing, I'm being conditioned. This is what
exactly.
I'm trying to, basically that's the thing. So it's been a long time since I've had an orgasm because I'm trying not to. Actually, I think the last time was 3 weeks ago. And I think it was
3 weeks ago. Okay.
But I'm trying to tap into something else. I'm not entirely sure always what it is I'm trying to tap into. It's an exploration. I'm trying to reconfigure my sexuality, because I think that's the thing. I do think you get past 30 and you're like, I don't want to date boring idiots anymore, and I don't want to have. And actually, I'm not going to settle for shitty sex anymore.
Yeah, no, and I'm not going to settle for anyone who doesn't understand my politics. Like my body politics. I'm not gonna explain to someone why it's not okay to objectify me, why it's not okay to tell me how my body should be. I'm not gonna explain that to someone anymore. Like, okay, maybe I will, because I'll lower my standards. But it's like, I shouldn't have to explain why you pointing out my cellulite is not cool. I shouldn't have to explain to you.
Wait, someone said something about.
No, actually, no.
Good.
No.
Good, I'd be fuming.
Someone said the word saggy once. I had an ex be like, we hadn't fucked for a while, and then we fucked, and he was like, oh wow, your boobs look less saggy than the last time I saw you. And I was like, wow, that is the most backhanded compliment. Like, you're saying my boobs were like, my boobs are tiny.
Actually,
Like,
people have said this to me. I don't know why I'm acting like I'm so surprised. Men are
don't.
garbage.
Men can be really fucking garbage.
Mm-hmm.
But just also even like oh man, so this body hair thing, all right? I think
Right.
it connects back to the body hair because
Hairy bitches.
Hairy bitches.
The show that we have yet to do together.
Together, but it's happening. It's
But
running.
we are doing
it's,
a show together.
Exactly, and we are, and the poster is magnificent, and we are great. And shame smashing is very important, and we need more of these messages for women. I first stopped removing my body hair when I wanted to be a role model for my niece.
Aww.
I was like, I don't want to be around this child and have removed my hair and be an example to her of like what she should look like in the future, that she should have any shame around her body. Like, yeah, and I hated, and so for a long time I hated the fact that I couldn't get over the socializing, like that socialized perception of like being disgusted by women with body hair. I grew up being like, oh my God, those women in Europe have like armpit hair? Like, what?
That's wild. Is Australia super patriarchal? Yes.
Super patriarchal. Look, there's a really, really strong movement of like, you know, not of not having, like, of women who are not queer having hair, like, you know, hetero women also.
I mean, there's a lot of movements around body hair now.
There are. It's still not that strong. Like, it's still, Australia is very conservative still. Like, the majority of Australia. Yeah,
I forget because when I'm in Berlin, it's so normal for me to have my armpit hair to the point where sometimes I bleach my armpit hair and dye it purple and pink and other colors and so on, which I started doing because of this ex-boyfriend I had who said to me, I'm a feminist, but you need to get more regular waxes.
Oh my God.
It was in a whole spiel about how I smelt and I needed to straighten my hair and I needed to lose weight and blah blah. He's an actual psychopath, garbage human being.
Absolutely, he was. Jesus.
But when he last got mad at me about my vagina hair, to the point where I was in tears, like crying, and he was like, it was really weird. He was shouting, if I was a woman, I'd want to have a really hot pussy. And I was like, I guess my ambitions in life are not me having a really hot pussy.
Well, it's not even okay, I get so angry about this. Why does anybody think they can have an opinion about someone else's body?
Yeah,
preferences. Oh, it gets me so angry. I'm going to yell into the mic and it's going to tell me we're getting feedback again. I'm just going to sit back from the mic
I've just
first.
riled you up. I've dated some real cunts.
Me too. I've dated some real cunts, but I have conformed to social beauty standards for most of my life, and I've stopped doing it. And the main reason why, so with my niece, I wanted to support women in not feeling shame around their body at all. And then after that, it was and I tried. I grew out my hair, and I couldn't. Like, I was looking at my hair, the hair on my legs, and I was like, it looks like a old Chinese man's beard. Like, it's just like these really long, and I couldn't get over it. And I was like, no, I'm removing it because I don't like it. And I somehow felt like I tried and I was empowered, but I still was like, I failed myself in being able to change my perception of what a woman should look like. And then this year I dated for a week. It was only a week. I dated this guy, and he objectified me in so many different ways, and completely unaware of it. But he, like, for example, like small little things. Like, I have grown up wearing G-strings, right? Like, always wore G-strings. I bought some like bigger underwear recently, and I find it really empowering, actually.
I wear giant underwear that goes way past my belly button, almost up to my titties.
I will pay good money for really big fucking underwear. It's yeah. But also like the whole,
I want my whole stomach in there.
Like, I want
cold. It's fucking winter.
But
like,
I've got
Berlin winters. I need it.
I've got like I bought these white briefs that are like men's Y briefs. Like, they're big and white, and I love them. Anyway, I think I was wearing not even those extreme ones. I think I was just wearing like you know, quite low rise black underwear like covering my bottom, and he was like, "Oh, I thought you were more of the kind of girl who would like wear G-strings." And it's like, what are you doing? He also, that was like the smallest thing that he did, but he was like, "Wow, I can't believe I don't find you cheap and disgusting." Or, and I like he said. He was also he also was like, it's my preference, but I, of course I prefer like bald pussies. And I was like,
why is everyone a fucking pedo?
right? Okay, so also I realized that me conforming to beauty standards meant that I was finding myself with men who are so unevolved in gender politics,
Right.
that it was like, you know what, actually, if you can't handle my natural physical appearance, then you don't understand what it is to be a woman, and you don't understand basic things that like you need to understand to be with me, which is that you shouldn't. Okay, so this whole concept of how many times do men think that they can have a preference on how your body is?
So, like, of course, they think that.
Who is giving them this idea that they can have an opinion on someone else's body? That they have a say
The
in
whole
that?
system in the world and society. That's like the whole shit we're dealing with all the time.
Just like everything.
And like everything I don't know how to explain to you about like patriarchy and like how it feeds into capitalism and also like white supremacy. Like it's just the whole shit show that's been going on for like a while now.
Like I had a boyfriend at the start of our relationship be like, so what are your preferences with my body? Would you like me to have chest? Would you like me to have chest hair? Would you like me to have like would you like me to remove that? What about downstairs? And I was like, I want you to be happy with your body. I want you to be comfortable.
Right, of course. That would be the normal thing to say to anyone.
And that is sexy to me. And I said, and you don't have an opinion on my body at all. You don't get preferences because that's my body, just like your body is your body.
Yeah.
I don't have a say in your body, on your body. You don't have a say on mine. Like, what?
I know. And also, it's funny how many times, like, previously in my life, I've invited men to take a preference on my body or invited them to have an opinion on my body. And I don't do it anymore. And I think part of the reason why I started also dyeing my armpit hair funny colors was also to ward off the kind of men that would find that. And some men are, like, baffled by that. Like, but it seems so much work. Why would you do it? And I was like, you know what else is fucking work? Waxing it. Like, that's also work.
Oh my God, it's so much work.
So why wouldn't I also spend the time like mooching around my house, bleaching it and then dyeing it pink for my own, like, because I find it fun to have pink armpit hair.
I would love to have pink armpit hair. I think that's great. I also would love to be able to like give so this is the first time in my life, actually, even when I grew out everything in my first year in Berlin or second year in Berlin, I grew out my leg hair, my armpit hair, but I didn't fully grow out I did a little bit, but then I noticed that my boyfriend at the time stopped eating me out, and I was like, I'm just going to trim. I'm just going to keep trimming. But this is the first time in my life that I've actually grown out my bush. And
that's wild to me.
It is that. Isn't that wild? Isn't that wild that I'm 34?
Yeah.
And this is the first time that I've really seen how my hair, I think actually in my my first relationship I did, but I think I still trimmed it. Like I still trimmed it back for like
I don't know
bikinis.
why I didn't. I don't think I got the memo that all women were doing this. Somehow I like missed them. You know what? Like my mother was also like a big feminist.
Yeah, that would have helped.
And she'd stopped shaving her legs by the time I was like born, or like I think she maybe did when I was a really little kid, but I have like there were no razors in their house. She wasn't shaving anything. Her legs, no arms, no nothing. And so then I just didn't automatically do it because she was like also my woman role model, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
And so I think that's why it never like occurred to me.
Whereas,
and then I think other people did it, and then I had a friend who I had a big fight with because she wanted to get it all lasered off, all of her vagina hair. And I was really like, but what if you have a daughter and then one day she'll start growing hair and she'll be so freaked out because her mum will never have had any as far as she knows.
Yeah.
That wasn't the argument that convinced her to keep a little square of it. The argument that convinced her to keep a little square of it was like, what if you meet a man that likes hair? And I hate that for me and her.
That's a bummer. Whereas my mom started waxing. Well, she had her 2 years of being a hippie in her teens or 20s, where she was vegetarian for 2 years. She didn't remove her body hair for 2 years. And then she was like, but then I just, I didn't like waking up in the morning and feeling like there were two men next to me with my armpit hair and my husband's armpit hair. And I was like, okay. And that's fine. Like she doesn't like it. And we've tried to have conversations about it. And she kind of goes along the line of like, well, don't do this just for attention, or, and it's like, like, I'm not doing this for attention. I'm doing this to love my body and to accept that actually being a woman is being hairy.
Yeah.
Children are not hairy. Being a woman, you're hairy.
And the other reason that really also convinced me to keep having muff hair, like sometimes I will get a bikini wax. Like I went on holiday and I was like, I want a bikini wax because my swimming costume is high cut and I don't care about it in the lake in Berlin because no one gives a fuck. Yeah. But I did feel like, okay, I wanted to do this. Whatever, I wanted to do.
In Italy, I didn't.
Yeah.
And I was like, growing out.
Not
like fully.
But I kept like a big triangle muff bit at the top. So it's like a big signal that I am fertile and of the right age for banging.
Yeah.
And I once asked my mom, I was like, is it weird when your pubes start going grey? And she goes, it's even weirder when they start falling out. And that's when I had the realization the only people that have naturally bald pussies are babies and old ladies. And it's literally nature's way of going, nothing's happening up here. Don't bother putting things in it.
Yeah.
You don't plant seeds in dead earth.
Totally. Or infertile.
But also old people should be having sex.
Unfertile.
Old people can have sex. That's like, I'm not shaming old people for having sex.
No, but you're not gonna be making the fruit.
No fruit babies.
No, yeah, exactly. Grey pubes are great. I love grey pubes. They remind me not to fuck younger men. Yeah. But I'm glad that we've talked about, muff shaming. So yeah, I haven't, so it's interesting. Yeah. My body hair growing my body hair out coinciding with me not wanting to have sex with people who I'm not naturally, like I'm not actually motivated to just spend time with regardless of the sex. And then it's like, you talked about muff shaming. It's like, I'm also not interested in being with a guy and then needing to have a conversation about my body hair. I'm just like, I'm a bit afraid of it, but I don't want that level of disappointment to like hang out with a guy. And then it's like, if they don't know already, I don't want to have to flag it.
Yeah.
If it's like a Tinder thing, like I've deleted all the apps. I find it a waste of time now, but if it was like I don't know, somehow a quick, like an easy meeting, we happen to just cross paths and it was like, hey, and then it'd be like, by the way, I'm like full, like I have hair everywhere. Because I wouldn't want to get to the point and then to say something and then me be like, ugh, like my pussy's just closed up to you and I like this whole thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. You've been shamed though, like
many times.
Like in recent times.
The guy that I'm trying to fuck right now,
he won't eat you out when you're bleeding, but
he won't eat me out when I'm on my period. But it was cool. I got to make that joke, which I really enjoyed that I made. And I made myself laugh for a long time.
It's a great joke.
That's the other thing I've realized, which I don't think I realized when I was younger. I find myself incredibly funny. And so I often dated quite boring men and thought I was having a great time because I was cracking myself up all the time.
I realized this
laughing
recently.
at my own jokes, being like, this is a treat. And then I was like, we're having a great time. And then I've realized in hindsight, they were dull as fuck.
And you were having a great time with yourself.
I was having a great time with me. Yeah.
No, I realized that as well. Not that I've dated heaps of like boring men, but I realized my favorite times with often some of the best times I had with some of these people, it was like, I was having a good time with myself.
Yeah, I was just cracking myself up all the time.
And like once I removed them from the equation, I was still having a great time. So it was like, why am I wasting my time with this person?
Sort yourself more.
My time is so precious. Like I've got so many things that I want to do. I'm not going to spend time with someone that takes any of that away and does anything but like add to it. They can challenge it, they can whatever, but like you need to add to the time. I don't want to be drained or dragged down into your
I think I'm on the whole dating men. I've been the last kind of two guys I hooked up with were like a lot older than me, like in their late 30s, and then I was like, wow, men in their late 30s, which is like often
How
I go
old are you?
31. I go for like people that are younger than me.
Yeah.
Because I behave like a child and I also kind of dress like a child. So I think people think I'm a child.
Yeah, I think I've done that. Since being in Berlin, I've mainly been with younger people, except for the last year.
And then I
higher.
suddenly realized like older men are so much better. They're just like more normal and chill and less. So that I had
mostly.
So I had a couple of good experiences. I don't think anyone's said anything lately, but I haven't had any relationships over the last while have been weird anyway.
Right.
I had one guy who like I was sleeping with, who I worked with, and he like texted, like we'd already hooked up, and then he texted me being like, I know you said, because I made some joke about, because he made some comment about my pubic hair, and then I had made some joke, but like I need it to keep me warm in the winter.
Yeah.
And then he like texted me being like, I know you said it keeps you warm and stuff, but if you shave it, I promise to give you the best like eating out. And I was like, babes, your skills ain't that good. Like I just know they're not.
Perfect.
Like
yeah, and the thing is, it's like and I've been thinking about that. It's like eating pussy when there's hair isn't like, it's not. That doesn't change.
Kiss men with prickly ass mustaches all the time.
And beards.
And it hurts my face and I put up with it.
Well, when they shave, it's actually worse. To be honest, if you eat shaved pussy and any of the growing back, it's spiky. Whereas a full bush, that's all soft. Yeah, you might get a bit of an accidental flossing, but like and like
floss your teeth out of it.
I have seen men. Maybe that was when I've seen. I think it was like housemates come out and like they've got hairs stuck in their teeth. But it's like But it's like it's soft hair, whereas when you shave, that shit gives you a rash. Like the rashes that I've seen of men coming up when I would completely remove my hair and there'd be like a little bit of stuff. If you're down there really going hard, you're going to hurt yourself. Yeah. Whereas if it's a full...
like sandpaper.
Yeah, if it's a full, like I'm brushing my fingers across my face.
I'm really enjoying this impression.
It's like, I hope we can hear the sound of it. If it's a fully grown out bush, it's all soft ends. It's so soft down there. It's like, it's actually nice. You can really get in there.
I put conditioner in mine sometimes.
Yeah, I get some coconut oil.
Yeah, coconut oil probably better for your nether regions.
Yeah, right. You can apparently put that inside you, my mum says. Yeah. I'm like, Mum, how do you know this? Sorry, Mum.
No, you can. You can use it as lube. It's the only oil you can use as lube, and not if you're using condoms.
I think it was more for like menopausal stuff, like because you dry out quite a bit when you go through menopause.
I haven't asked my mother if she's dried out.
I didn't ask that either, but I'm just saying, like, maybe that's...
I don't think so. I've never found lube in her bedroom.
Sorry, Mum. My mum used to have like a 1 liter. Again, I'm sorry.
That's just spilling. This is like spill your mum's shame or secrets on air.
My mum's name is not Beros. We don't know where she is. I'm sorry, Mum. But eating a bushy vagina, a bushy pussy, a busy puss. Look, I've been thinking about an analogy. It's like I feel like the hair could work as like they can pull the lips apart so you can get in there more. You could use them to your advantage to like.
I just hate,
like little door handles.
It all off, and I've done it. I did it for that garbage human.
I did it for that garbage human I dated in the middle of the year.
Yeah, people, women are nice, and
He was like, I would really love it. I was like, fine. I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna do it for me.
Yeah, and they left me literally. This is why I have this joke in my stand-up, but like they left me with this tiny bit of like shaven hair, and I was like, go fuck yourself. You've left me with this. This looks insane, and then. I hated it. It was so cold. Like I'm genuinely not joking. I was cold. Like I remember afterwards being like, it's fucking winter in London and I'm cold because I don't have my muff.
That's so funny. I've never...
And it felt like breezy and weird. Like, when you use like peppermint shampoo.
Yeah. Or if you like chew eucalyptus menthol chewing gum and your nostrils get cold.
It felt cold. And then he would go down on me and it would get wet and then it would get even colder. And I hated it. I hated it so much because I'm naturally very like I lubricate up very quickly and very easily. You only have to tell me stuff. You only have to be like, you are so pretty, and I'm like, I'm wet for you. Get inside my vagina. But if I have no hair, it like goes all outside and then it kind of dries and it gets cold, and it does. Whereas if I've got hair, it like gets hot, it starts getting wet and absorbing.
Interesting.
All the water stuff that I don't understand. Like, more to the point, everyone was like, women were saying this to me. They were like, you're about to have the best sex of your life. Now you've waxed all your hair off. And I was like, okay, I'm waiting for the best sex of my life. And I was like, I'm cold and I'm fucking self-conscious because everything's out there.
Yeah. Maybe that's not a place to go. I like the one thing with my
I want to go to this place you don't want to go.
cold and self-conscious. Like, okay, the lubrication thing, it doesn't make sense, right? Like you're losing the lube by it just like going out onto your skin, and then it's cold, and then it will like dry and no longer be wet, unless you're just constantly like being penetrated, and then it's just like sharing across surfaces. But the one thing that I like with the bush is that it hides what I like. It, you know, I like it's you can't see my lovely jawline, you know, like I've got like a man with a good jawline.
Well, you can't see the beauty.
You can't see the beauty of it.
I don't know why you thought this was a weird place to go. This is fine.
It's like it's yeah. I haven't articulated it. It sounds proud, and I don't want to. Or sounds like it's boasting, and I don't want to be boasting about the beauty of my.
You should. You know how many men with garbage dicks send me pictures of their fucking garbage dick, and I'm like, honest to God, if I had that attached to me, I wouldn't send a picture of it to someone else. Only 2 men in my life have that. Like, thankfully, I've only ever seen like dick pics twice. But I was like, genuinely, like, what are you on? Like, I don't want to see a picture of your hand cupping your dick.
Yeah,
it looks like a bald rat.
Oh, that's a funny looking dick then.
No, that's just dicks. They're just like not
bald rats.
No, don't you
Where's
think
the
dicks
face?
are like? I never find dicks attractive unless I'm in the mood.
Nah, I like dick.
Yeah, dick pics.
I like not like yes from dicks that I want dick pics from.
I don't. There's nobody's pic. There's no pic of a dick I want.
It depends on the moment.
You're gonna have the pic of the dicks.
Pic of the dicks. Honestly, like I don't. Have I asked? I'd prefer like a FaceTime or a Skype. That's cool. We can like, if we can show each other what we're doing, that's cool. Would I want a standalone dick pic? It depends on how well I know them. If we're already having sex, and then if we're far away and we can't have sex, then maybe some kind of artistic dick pic with some level of could be good.
Yeah.
But honestly, I think all the dick pics I've received have been like them like, hey, send me a pic, and I'm like, all right, and I go to like the work toilet and I like get some kind of like boob shot and then go back to my desk, and then they're like, then they send me a pic and I'll be like, yeah, cool. They'll be like, can you give me something like further downstairs? I'll be like, yeah, okay. And
I don't send nudes.
I used to. I have recently, the last time I recently deleted Tinder after I started talking to this guy, and and the chat was good, and then we're gonna catch up, and then he was like, we were chatting, and I was getting a little bit sexy, and then he was like, send me a pic, and send me a pic of whatever you like the most of yourself, and I was like, that's
which is your pussy, we found out.
Which is my mouth lips, my face lips. I sent him a photo of my face, my lips, and then I was like, send me a photo of you, and he sent me a photo of his face, and then we sort of slowly moved it down, but before it really went anywhere solid, he sent me a picture of his butt. Before he was asking me for photos of my butt, and I was like, oh, send me one of yours. So he sends this butt pic, and I was like, oh, that's cute. You know, he had a cute butt. And so I sent him a photo of mine, and then we're chatting, and then he was asking for more, and I was like, dude, I've got stuff to do. Like, I'm not gonna like, I don't have like a folder of pics of my body that I'll just send. You know, I like to take them in the moment.
Right. Yeah. You know, like a up-to-date present moment.
I like it. Exactly. Like, yeah, me with my bowl of spaghetti and like, oh, here we go. And he was sort of like asking for more. And then I was like, look, I'll see if I can do something later. I'm just eating dinner. Like, reality check. Come on. And then he sent me that photo of his butt that he'd already sent me. And he said, well, don't forget this. And he resent the picture of his butt. And I was like, what are you doing? Like, why are you reminding me of your, like, you think your butt is what I'm wanting? Like, what are you, like, do you want to be
Anna
pegged?
didn't want the butt.
He's like, but like, push it, like, don't forget this butt. Like, you're leaving, like, what? Is this a joke? Is this, I didn't get it at all. And so I blocked him and deleted it.
That's a really confusing interaction for this man.
Yeah. Also, I think those photos that he sent were old, and then I started wondering if they were even him, and then I was just like, I don't know.
Oh my God.
He did send me a voice message at one point that really did sound like his photo. Like, he sounded like this whiny American, and I was like, yeah, that's him.
That's him. That's what he looks like. Yeah. The only nudes I have on my phone is my boob that my friend took a picture of me on in quarantine.
I've got a photo of my boob from last quarantine that I sent to Lana. Actually,
this is when I had corona.
Oh,
so when I was in my corona
this is when
quarantine,
I thought I had my corona, but I didn't have corona.
And it's a picture of my boob dressed up as a mole.
I love it. Show me. Oh my God, it's so good.
Isn't it adorable?
Okay, so this boob
you
photo has like reflector sort of Yoko Ono, John Lennon sunglasses. I don't know what the name of those are. And it's got like a t-shirt, like a Rasta hat, I'd say. Oh, it's really good. It's sitting on a table edge, right, really close to an ashtray.
And a backgammon.
Backgammon board.
So my nudes are...
I'm going to show you my nude.
My boob dressed as a mole.
I love it.
Because I like comedy nudes. I am not interested in
sexy nudes. Okay, so I'm just going to find, if I can find my nude picture, which I think is great. It was because Lena was doing photos of her foot, like where she, like herself, like selfies, but with her foot in them, like her toes.
Okay, I love it.
Yeah, so it's quite, so this,
I feel like Lena's living in her own little world.
So I'm going to, so if you want to describe, I don't know how to
describe it because I don't know how you got your foot up here.
That was the beauty of these photos. It was like, how did you get your foot in there?
Yeah, like it's also like the foot's like not even the way I would expect the foot to be. Like you can see, okay, it's Anna, who up until this point I didn't notice wears glasses, wearing her glasses. You can see a sort of nipple, but you can see 3 toes, nail side, which is what's confusing. Because it requires, like quite a level of like bending. Yeah. And then a nipple sort of peeking through 2 of the toes, the gap. It's beautiful. That's a very nice nipple.
Oh, thank you. I think it's a very like foot fetish appropriate photo too. Like there's a lot. So I'm keeping that one very proud. But I look stoned. I look really.
You look really high.
I look stoned. And I'm
just weird for someone who's sober, but you're really happy with yourself as well.
I look so happy with myself. Yeah. I was a bit delirious. All right, on my list. So we've talked about pretty much with body hair. Do you eat ass? Have we talked about that?
I will lick your butthole.
I like how you say it.
Well, I will lick your butthole.
I will lick your butthole.
People lick my butthole, but it doesn't.
Do they talk about it being hairy?
No one's complained since they started licking my butt about hair.
Good.
But sometimes they feel like, oh, my butthole's not that clean. I wouldn't have licked it today. And I then don't want their tongue going anywhere near. I mean, I write wipe, like front to back for a fucking reason. I don't need you like getting your tongue in there and then there. So if you're going to find a spot, I prefer if it just stays around the clit. Yeah. So I don't have to worry about any kind of...
yeah.
But if we're like washed, I do like having sex in the shower. I'm a big fan of that. Yeah, my friend the other day was like, oh my God, that's your signature move. Because I was like, and then we fucked in the shower and then I left. She was like, that's really your signature move. And I thought everyone was fucking in the shower.
No, for me, it's like anti-lubrication.
It is. I know what you mean. And it goes like squelch, 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 squelch,
squelch, squelch, squelch. And it's like all of my natural lubrication has just been washed away.
Yeah. I hear you. You got to be, he's ideally,
and
he ain't in the shower. Do you know what I mean? Like your butt's out the shower.
Yeah.
I just like the hot water,
like
running over my face and my titties. And then
yeah, okay, yeah, keep going. It's hard.
yeah. Like I like to be all like in the like I'm there, and also I love it when it's like a glass shower and my tits are pressed up against. So the last guy who had like a nice mirror situation. So I was like tits pressed against the glass, him from behind. I'm hot and wet because the shower's all over me, and I can see it in the mirror. That's like slowly getting steamier and steamier.
Shit, yeah.
And
That's
I was
great.
like, yeah, this is great.
That shower, yes. That shower. For me, I think I'm a bit of a grandma, and I'm like, we could slip and hurt ourselves.
You can.
Like, I know people that have died in showers.
And I can't do it with like anyone who's like very much taller than me, because it just requires a level of getting my ass up that I can't do.
I've had some good shower sex, but I feel like it just it depends on the shower. Like, if you've got a great shower where you've got lots of standing room, if you've got lots of space, if you don't have like a lot of like rubbish bottles around the edge, like if it's just like not a shitty share house shower,
a VK shower where it's like these like all these empty bottles that like no one's cleaned out because no one quite knows who they are, and like they don't want to chuck them out,
and they're kind of crusty and dusty and gross, and like you also don't want to touch the grouting,
because it's like mold.
You don't want to get near the bath, like the plug hole, because it's like black and just, there's showers that you don't have sex in. Then there's like hot ones with lots of standing room, like bathtub showers. Look, I actually haven't tried to have sex in my shower. I'm too considerate of my housemates.
Right. So that's someone who has very recently. I was at. And he was like, oh, we can't have sex in the shower because I would hate it if my housemates did this to me. And then he also admitted to pissing in his kitchen sink when his housemate takes too long in the shower. And I was like, that's really not okay, but okay. But
I feel like a lot of dudes do that though.
But I also found it quite funny.
It is funny, but it's not okay.
But it's not okay.
But they definitely do it.
But yeah. And I was like, but your plates are there where you eat. And he was like, yeah, but I pissed straight into the drain. I was
like a cat, like a well-trained cat, just like hovers right over the hole.
Well-trained cat man. And then the next time I came around, I was like, I thought you didn't have sex in the shower. And he was like, meh.
Oh, okay. He's not consistent.
He's not consistent.
I don't trust
But he's
anything.
also a man whose house I broke into in the middle of the night drunk and then texted me back. So he's also not very smart.
No. If you're listening,
and I'm now gaslighting
we don't respect you.
I'm pretty much gaslighting him because I texted him being like, thanks for inviting me, which he didn't do to my house. And he just thinks it's really funny. And then he was like, okay, cool, let's go on another date, having not wanted to have another date for the last like 10 days. I tricked him into thinking he wants another date by rocking up to his house at midnight, wasted.
So many elements to this that seem unhealthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's also not, I broke into another guy's house last lockdown. I like to break into people's houses. You date me, you break into... But I'm not a man. I'm not going to murder them. I'm a lady. I shouldn't stop admitting to this. The Berlin police are...
There's a lot in here.
It's just some light...
All right.
Breaking and
entering.
It's not
some light, Kate. It's not.
Some light.
Who's normalizing this for you? What Berlin friends do you have that are like, that's fine, babe. Just like do it again.
It's the same friend. That's why who lets me do this.
Stop going out.
And she
with
loves
her.
it.
She's okay. She's your enabler, and that's okay. All right. Sex clubs. I wanted to round off a point. I was shitting on Dragos last week about his attempts to get into sex clubs. His attempt. Of course he hasn't been.
My God, you're just roasting Dragos.
That's what I did for the first half of the episode. I listened back and I was like, I am such a bitch. Like, I was just shitting on him.
Of course he hasn't been in.
Yeah, he tried to get in with a leather vest.
Oh, baby.
I know. I wanted to hug him. It was such a cute. It was like the bouncers at Kit Kat were like, "No, you can't get in," and he was like, I didn't have enough leather." Like that was what he thought. So he went out.
What do you think people are wearing in Kit Kat? Because we ain't wearing nothing.
Yeah, it's like, well, if you're a dude and you want to get into Kit Kat, the best way is to just wear some nice underwear and go naked. Like that's how you get in.
100%.
That's how you get in. You don't need to buy a leather vest.
I think this is also another thing I've noticed about all the sex clubs being shut, because I didn't have that much like sex parties. I wasn't like doing massive orgies or anything, but like I would go to Kit Kat and the energy, or like House of Red Doors, and I would go like once every couple of months.
Yeah.
And that energy, and like a lot of people around you who are like finding you attractive, and you being naked and all this stuff, and like lots of people fucking stuff, this would do me. And I didn't need like someone to get laid with, because I would go and have these moments, and I'd have like, I'm like kissing with some people, and it would all feel like lovely and a really fun like outlet for like a lot of feelings. And then I would be fine, and then I'd just be doing my comedy all the time, and I wouldn't need to get laid. This lockdown, I get so desperate for like just attention.
Yeah.
Like sexual attention.
Yeah, like I've noticed what I wear when I meet. Like today, I haven't dressed up at all for you. Sorry, Kate. But but
So rude.
but like when I've like the few social occasions, I don't know. Like some things I'm like wearing like crazy shit 'cause it's just like I haven't been able to go out and be seen. But no, what I noticed the other day, I was at Factory Berlin with Dragos doing some work yesterday, and the way I'm looking at men at the moment is predatory. Like I am not undressing them. I'm
You're pegging them.
I'm peeling their skin back. Like it's really
Pegging them with your
aggressive.
eyes.
Yeah, it's a lot. And
No judgment here. From the lady that broke into someone's house.
I'm like, I am yeah, I don't have any outlet, and the problem, probably is it's a good thing. There are no men at my work. It's just women and children. And
do your listeners know you work in Lankita?
I work at a kindergarten, guys.
Okay, good. Because I don't know, it sounded weird, like just women and children.
Women and children. I can work at a hospital. Like I do work at. I work at a. I don't want to give too many details. I work at a kindergarten for a hospital, and and so all the staff, it's got a history where they don't trust men, and so there is not a single man that works there. The Hausmeister is a man, and then it's just women and the children, and there are some dads that are okay.
You want to fuck a dad?
There's one dad. There's a couple of dads that I'd throw one at. You know,
Throw one at. Throw one what? Vagina.
I'd throw my vagina at him.
It's got my dad's. I throw my vagina at.
Throw my vag there.
I feel like that's like a really Aussie sounding phrase, don't you think?
Yeah.
I'll throw my vagina at over there.
Yeah, I'll throw him one. I'll throw him a bone. I throw him an opportunity. I'll throw him, the opportunity to touch this.
To smack that.
All
on the floor.
So there's a couple, but yeah, like I think if I did work in a like a place with lots of men, I would probably have started acting inappropriately at work over this lockdown.
I don't know. I'm trying to think how often I see men. I don't find that many that attractive.
With sobriety, I think it changes. When you're sober all the time, it if you're not sober, you can find yourself doing crazy things. But when you're sober all the time, there's a limit without natural chemistry. Like
I think so. Yeah, it's a thing, really, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay, so your next sex is probably going to be tomorrow.
Hopefully, touch wood.
Touch wood.
I need the touch wood because I really want to get laid.
I'm sure he does too.
I don't know.
And let's be more specific. He wants to have some Kate action.
Maybe. I think I just think I've gaslighted him I think I've just tricked him into coming around.
So that means he likes you less than you?
I don't know what he thinks. I honestly don't understand quite why he invited me inside his house when I showed up.
Look, I don't either.
I think it's weird. I don't trust him anymore because I think he's got poor judgment.
How could he have played it though? Like you were in his stairwell, he saw you, you were like, ah! And what else could he do?
And to be fair, it isn't. I'm spinning the story as in I broke him, but
no,
it
you
was
didn't
like
break him.
It was just I was having adventure time and I decided to call on a friend.
Yeah,
it's not weird that I looked through his window for an hour and a half before. He doesn't know that.
He doesn't know that. You did tell him.
I didn't tell him.
Oh, I thought you told. Okay.
No, I haven't told him that.
All right, so you were just in the area. You used his communal bins, and then heard some friend. You went up the stairs, and then it was Whoopsies. You crazy bitch. It's not normal at all.
But like I said, not a man, so I'm not going to murder him.
I like how you keep saying that as your defense. I don't think that's
That
your
is defense.
Okay.
When men do this behavior, they are planning on murdering you.
I don't know.
Yeah, they are. They are definitely planning on murdering you. When women do it,
I thought it was
cookie women.
It could just be rape,
time.
couldn't it?
Well, they're planning on hurting you, is my point. Because they're really self-absorbed men. Wow, this is just
boom.
Smack talk men now. This has become for me.
Because all men are self-absorbed. Like,
no, they're really self-absorbed. That's why they think they can have rights to tell you how to have your body hair and how to. This is why they say all this stuff. So when they're thinking about you in an obsessive way, it's worrying because often they're just thinking about themselves.
Yeah, the last that guy.
It was a massive generalization.
It is a massive generalization. Yeah, that last guy that I removed my body hair for, that objectified me a lot. That was like, well, I don't know, I find you cheap and disgusting, given how much you talk about sex on stage. And I was like, well, because there's nothing disgusting about it, and how is it cheap? And what? Like, cheap is, I don't know. Like, what's the definition of cheap and disgusting? If someone is callous with other people's feelings, then yes.
Yes.
But just being promiscuous, being sexually liberated or, comfortable doesn't make you cheap or disgusting.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Also, humans aren't monetary value.
Yeah, no.
You can't call someone
cheap.
Like, it's just not okay because humans just are not valued in terms of monetary worth, and I hate the idea that capitalism makes us think that there's a value on human.
Yeah. He was obsessive as well, and he actually got a bit scared about because after I told him it was over, and after I ended that because he suggested me like 9 texts worth of suggestions for my jokes. He was
oh dear God, no.
Yes. So not only was he telling me how I should keep my body, how I should behave with him, he was also like analyzing how
was he a comedian?
No. I stopped that. I stopped comedian.
You stopped sleeping with comedians.
Oh, that was the one last thing on my list.
What?
Have we wet the same brush?
Have we wet?
And I don't think we have.
I don't think we have because I don't. On the whole, I've been relatively good about not sleeping with comedians.
Yeah. I don't think we have.
And I tripped and fell once.
Just the once, yeah. And I know the once.
When a man followed me home, and I very much said, I don't want to have sex with you.
But you're not suggesting it was non-consensual. It was just...
No, I just think men are pushy.
I think men are pushy.
Pushy, and I think I'm very easily suggestible.
Yeah, and alcohol always helps.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But no,
we've never. Then we are.
I don't think we've crossed.
We're not.
It would have to. We might be, but it would have to be a not comedian.
Yeah, which is not. Probably.
Which until recently was not your jam.
Yeah. Ah, dear. All right, jam. Well, I think we'll wrap it up then. So, is there anything else you want to talk about? Have you got any questions?
Have I got any questions for you? What a niche kind of podcast. Come around my house and ask me about my life.
Well, no, like anything else.
Do you want to have sex right now? I'm not asking if you want to have sex with me after this is done. I mean, we can. I feel like there would be quite a few comedians on the scene that would like to know that happened. But probably watch it. We could sell tickets. And you know what? I've been missing the attention of an audience, so we can make an OnlyFans now and we can fuck. And we can make money that way if you feel like it. That's actually not what I was asking you. I was just going to say...
It's a great proposition.
But we can also
We could really make money.
I think there would be a lot of people that would pay to watch. We could do jokes in between fucking.
You're right. I've always wanted to do comedy porn.
Yeah, we could do comedy porn. How about that? So we fuck. Then while there's breaks, while we rest ourselves, we make jokes.
We rest. Yeah.
And then we fuck again.
Or like jokes during sex. It's like, like we're eating, one of us is eating the other out, and then like we pop up and we make a joke, and then we get back to it.
Or one's, while you're doing the eating out, the other one's making like a running joke, monologue.
Storytelling.
Yeah.
British style
comedy.
Oh wow. All right. Well, if you support this idea, guys,
Then email
anyone
us,
who's
please.
listening, adultsonlycomedyberlin@gmail.com, or leave a comment. Subscribe, leave a comment. I don't know how all that works, but you can make comments.
Leave a comment. I don't know how, but do it. Leave a review. And if you review something, like, yes, just let us know in the review section whether you would like to watch me and Anna fucking and telling jokes at the same time.
Yeah. Is there a market for this? My throat's going all funny. Maybe
I think
you're
there
making
is
me nervous,
a market.
Kate. No.
I'm gonna, yeah.
You're gonna.
I'm gonna find out if people want to hear this.
Yeah. I'm seeing a lot of like menstrual pussy eating.
Okay, we can do that. You're coming up looking like you've been.
Yeah, like we could do like war paint.
You can do war paint with my menstrual blood.
You could do war paint with mine.
Looks like you've eaten a
dead deer.
Yeah.
All right, this is trailing.
I think,
yeah. This is crazy.
Sorry, I'm actually thinking about this quite intensely. Too much now. Should I promote something?
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen to my podcast if you like.
What's it called?
Well, I've got one called Love in the Time of Corona. And then I want to have another one.
But it's not
out
up yet.
soon. It's not out yet, yeah.
Do you want to say it, the name of it?
Shame Lips.
Yes! I love it.
Shame Lips is the English translation of Schamlippen, which is the German word for labia.
So fucked up.
Fucked up.
So fucked up.
Shame Lips. Germany.
God's sake. So Shame Lips, Love in the Time of Corona.
Yeah.
And you've got like a comedian page and an Instagram.
Yeah, find me.
Find Kate.
Hello, boys. Find me, but don't come to my house in the middle of the night. I won't like that. Unless I invited you there.
Exactly. Double standards
I
are
have a
her
lot of double
thing.
Such a massive hypocrite.
Kate Cheka, check her out. Check my page out as always. AF Barros on Instagram, Anna Barros on YouTube, and Anna Barros Comedian on Facebook. And listen to the next episode. It's going to be every week, guys. That has been Adults Only Comedy Berlin. Have a good everything. Bye.